Time for me to get my guests into the show. I'm joined at this hour by former Indian cricketer Ashok Malhotra and cricket expert Anees Sajan. Wish you a very happy Diwali as you join me on the show. Ashok, to you first. Ashwin is being rather generous in thinking about offering physio help to the Afghan players. Could it be because the Indians want them to be competitive versus New Zealand, and that's a win that India needs desperately?
Absolutely, and Mujib is a very vital cog in their attack. You know, we saw what happened when Mujib was not bowling in the power play. You know how Indians took them apart. So definitely Mujib is very, very important, and he's said very rightly we can provide physio support if possible, because India would like to help Afghanistan as much as possible if they can help them in beating New Zealand, because that is the crunch situation. India will do what they have to do. They'll beat Namibia, they'll beat Scotland. But the real thing is, will Afghanistan be able to beat New Zealand? Because if they can beat New Zealand, then India has an outside chance. Because despite of that, they will have to beat Namibia and Scotland with a big margin.
True.
But one good thing looks like we are back on the rails, and hopefully things will improve from now onwards.
And I have on the show an eternal optimist, Anees Sajan, who thinks that India still might be able to make it to the semi-finals. Now, there was a funny moment during the Scotland versus New Zealand match yesterday when Scotland wicketkeeper Matthew Krause was caught on the stump mic reminding his fellow teammate and bowler Chris Greaves that the entire Team India is backing them, because had Scotland beaten New Zealand yesterday, then India would also have had a qualification chance. Anees, would you say funny nature of the tournament when, you know, all the other teams are thinking about India as well?
Of course, and I remember watching that game with my son, and at 50 for 3 with Williamson in the dugout, we thought probably Scotland might have an upset, but you know, the inexperience of the Scotland team caught up with them. But as much as we are saying that Afghanistan, we want them to beat, but mind you, Afghanistan has its own advantage of winning this match, because if they win, their net run rate is already quite high, and if they win even by 10 or 20 runs, their net run rate automatically goes up. They have more chances than anybody else to make it to the knockouts. So I don't know why we are only thinking that we want them to win. It is more Afghanistan who wants to win, and I'm not being optimistic, I'm being realistic. If Mujib or no Mujib on the spinning track, Afghanistan will give a run for the money to the New Zealanders.
Now, Ashok, India plays Scotland and Namibia next, though they are cricketing minnows. What do the Indians really need to guard against at this point? Because a win will surely knock them out.
Absolutely. I hope they are not caught on the wrong foot. You know, because like New Zealand almost was stuck, you know, till Guptill and Mitchell built a partnership. Because they at one stage it looked like, and the way they chased the total, you know, 170 looked reachable. The way Scotland started batting, so definitely, you know, definitely India has their job cut out. You know, the way they played against Afghanistan, the body language was different, the strategy was different, and they had all their bases covered. And for me, Rika, the most important thing is, we have to fire, the top order has to fire. If India has to win, the top order has to fire.
Room has to fire. Anees, expect changes in the team combination as they take on Scotland?
I want one change. I have been stressing for that for two reasons. One, because Scotland are not good players of spin. We saw them in their first match when they played with Afghanistan in Abu Dhabi ground. Mujib picked up 5 wickets.
Right.
And to have a Mr. spinner in Varun Chakravarti is no harm at the expense of probably Shardul Thakur, because this is a match India needs to bowl the opposition out quickly. That's what Australia did today when they bowled out Bangladesh. From a net run rate of -7.3, they are now +1. So if we bowl them out around 78, you know, I'm not trying to be optimistic, I'm trying to be realistic, that if we bowl them out cheaply and chase it out in a 5-6 overs or 7 overs, our net run rate will straight away go ahead of New Zealand and Afghanistan tomorrow. So that mystery spinner is required.
Right, that one element perhaps which will give India a boost in the match. But one team change that already gave India dividends in the match against Afghanistan was Ravi Ashwin coming in. Ashok, do you see him continue in the next game as well?
Of course, Rika. I don't think you can go against the entire nation. Up till now you have been keeping him out, but now you can't do that. You can't even think of doing that. Because as it is, your captaincy is online, and if you drop somebody like Ashwin, who's a match winner, he's a wicket taker. What we are missing in the first two games was we are not picking up any wicket, and he's the guy. I understand the Varun Chakravarti bowled well, but he didn't pick up a wicket. So you need wicket takers. So that is where Ashwin comes in and picks
5 wickets,
and he's the most experienced.
Trust me, he'll pick 5 wickets.
Yeah,
You're predicting that he'll take 5 wickets?
You get him into the game and let us see what happens tomorrow.
Well, he'll perhaps do an Adam Zampa for India. Anis, since you are pressing for Varun Chakravarti's inclusion, would you say that Ravindra Jadeja should then sit out if Varun comes in and...
Shardul Thakur. For a simple reason, Dubai wickets are slow and low. I don't see an extra spacer. Now our aim is to make sure that we bowl the opposition out quickly, and that is where the Varun factor comes. I know he has not picked up wickets, but mind you, he had a backing of only 100 runs to defend against New Zealand, and against Pakistan he was not bad. So you can't, you need to take that gamble if you want to make sure that your net run rate goes up.
Ashok, before we let you go, I have to ask you one question about Virat Kohli. India did tick all the boxes in the match against Afghanistan, but Virat Kohli, though we saw him scoring a half century against Pakistan, but do you, as a watcher and follower of the game, think that Virat Kohli should come into form in this match and get ready if India are to make the semis?
Surely, yes. He's the biggest match winner we have. He's the biggest run chaser we have, the best run chaser, if I may say. So definitely he has to come in form. But provided if we get off to a good start, if we again have a 100-run partnership, then automatically Rishabh Pant and Hardik Pandya will follow, because he takes time to settle down. And I will agree with Anis that Varun can be there, because Shardul is not as effective. And if Hardik is able to bowl a couple of overs, as he has been bowling in last 2 games, then probably it might not be a bad idea.
Right, so Varun Chakravarti is one man whom everyone expects to come in the next game and perhaps also be the game changer in the next match, which will happen in Dubai. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the broadcast.